Hello, Monster Band here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 15, I think, of my Greasus Goldtooth campaign. Greasus is looking a little bit pale. Is that me? Oh, it's because he's moved all his movement. That's why he's. That's why he's pale. It's Patreon supporter campaign. Thank you very much. If you are supporting me through Patreon, I really do appreciate it. Last time, of course, we had the poll. Should we auto-resolve the battle, or should we fight it? And people said mostly just auto-resolve it, because survivor battles suck. And they're not wrong. Now, I need these guys to fuck off, basically, because if I pop back out here, I'll be... Unless I go for Kunlan? If I attack that, maybe sneak through... And then, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Anyway, Gordon Ramsay is holding back the... Oh, God, yeah, I forgot about this. Oh, that's so many soul grinders.
I am the tenderizer.
Yeah, but soul grinders, mate. Soul grinders. The Slaanesh ones are anti-large. What do I do against that? The fuck do I do against Slaanesh soul grinders? Just die, I guess. Fuck. Okay. Iron Guts maybe would be good. If I get rid of like the no, if I get rid of these guys, how much money do I have? Lots. I can get rid of those. It's going to take me 2 turns. Oh, that's 4 turns. Fuck. No, wait. It's down here, isn't it? Nope. Okay, good. Good! Maybe shooting them with daggers? I don't know. Fuck. Oh, VUDs! You dick. If you turned up a turn beforehand, what? That wouldn't exist. Maz Redron, Lord of Pride, would be fucking not here. Why is he the only one as well? Of all the rifts in all the campaign map, why did he have to come through mine? Well, fuck it, I guess. Okay, so what do I have a plan? No, not really. Oh, this is why I turn the rifts off now. So, like, You're
proving yourself useful to the overtime.
Fuck off. No, it's because. Yeah, I mean, no. I guess at least auto-resolving kills most of the army. So there's that. This is good. Okay, you've answered that. Those guys are dead. You took a lot of damage. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why you would have... Oh, for fuck's sake. Incessant bloating. That's normal! Your body swells, often the gut. That's fucking normal for him! That's just how he looks. That's rather rude, if anything. Okay, we'll get 1 turn of replenishment, and then we'll go in and do that. That's fine. Oh, yeah, we need to take a capital, don't we, to get rid of the fucking traits. And they're just hanging around. I mean, I guess we could just kill them all. Have you left? Okay, at least you've left. Wait for you to leave. Yeah, we're going to have to wait for him to leave, and then we're going to have to go and take Wage in. And then what? Do I have a plan beyond that? No, not really. Oh, no. Was that the building with the... oh, for fuck's sake. Well, that's bullshit. That was the settlement with the thing in it. I guess we'll replace the units that we just lost. It's fine. Okay, you can't reach that. Which is, I mean, considering how much army you lost against them, at least the auto-resolve in that case worked in my favour. So that's something. That's something, I guess. Wage in is fairly heavily defended, but I think we can take it. I mean, we're going to have to, because I need to get rid of the incessant bloating that Greasus apparently has. Maybe give him a nice colonic. I don't know. What the fix for lasses. But there we go. You've received a plague. I don't really care. Settlement besieged. Which one? Yes. Faction claims a soul. Don't care. Butcher's apron. That's fine. So the Ice Court has 2 souls. So, I mean, we're going to win this fairly easily. Like, what are you waiting for? What are you doing up here? You don't have another settlement for fucking miles, so why are you up here? He could be waiting for me, maybe? Oh, well, I can't wait anymore. We're just going to have to go for it. Can I auto-resolve this? It says heroic victory. I'm going to lose all my cats. But if I do that. Nope, still lose my cats. Maybe we'll lose less people. Maybe. Who knows? Sure. There we go. And I'm going to skip that because reasons. Oh, of course, we got rid of that one, didn't we? Yeah, I know we do.
The over-tyrant.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to meander over here.
That's why I'm in charge.
I'm going to poop out a camp.
Must feast.
And then I'm going to camp up.
Me. It's not a choice.
No. Now, what is going to be good? What is going to be good? Man-eaters might be good. But we're already globally recruiting, so we can't do anything about that. So I can't replace my kitty cats just yet. So let's do that. Let's get you back in the army. Okay, so we got rid of the incessant bloating. So we just have the absolute insanity, which actually doesn't matter. So if we can heal up, replace our losses, then we can just go straight in, finish this campaign off. Because basically this has turned into a complete clusterfuck. This is just a complete clusterfuck at this point.
Survivor of the flame fire march through magma. Fire mouth, forgive me.
Like, losing the main army endlessly is just bad. Is there anything that's going to really help me here?
No one can.
Yes, sort of. I'll grab that one.
I'm the boss.
I guess that's fine. We do have this camp here, don't we? This is the only camp which has kind of survived. Everything else just hasn't, really. It's... So, trying... Like, okay, I might have had an easier campaign had I just made friends with Cathay, to be honest. Make friends with Cathay, kill the other ogres, that's what I'd do. But... The main issue, I think, with the rifts is that it's just taking your army away from you all the time. And I've had a thought about this, and I think that... okay, well, we'll win that anyway, so I'll take that. I don't even know who that other guy is, but glad we won. And I've had a thought about this, and I think there's a better way of doing it, but... God, the Ice Court's gone straight back in. Oh, bad Santa, no. Fuck off. Just piss off, would you? Thanks. Just get lost. Get out of my house. I don't want to really spend 4 turns recruiting, but I think I'm going to have to. I think these guys are just better.
Anything they loot belongs to me.
So let's get more of them.
My gut is law.
Who else could... we can't really do anything there. I'm really worried we're going to lose Firebelly, and I don't want to lose Firebelly, because if we lose Firebelly, then... Let's just lay an ambush, I guess. See if we can lure anyone in. I'm very much... Oh, I need to close down that rift, don't I? Or does it matter now? Not really. Because I got to this point in my Zinch campaign where... I think a bit in my Nurgle campaign as well, where I was basically just like, oh, I don't fucking care anymore. And I do kind of get to that point in some other campaigns. But I feel like it happens faster with the Rift one because I can't seem to make any like ground because I'm constantly under attack and I'm constantly losing my main army. Oh. I mean that is not, if I'd actually fought a battle I'd be fucked, so good.
You're not leaving here alive.
Oh, 3 turns. That's a bastard, isn't it? I think we're just going to have to go with that, to be honest. I don't think we can do anything else.
Bring me ingredients.
So I guess we'll just stay there. I'll shut down this rift. Well, that's Tommy. We'll shut it down. Close that rift. There we go. Okay. I think this is like... So, you know, things like, you know, being assassinated and stuff. I mean, the player can do that as well, right? The problem is that it's annoying when it's used on the player because the player inevitably will have less stuff. So when you lose something, it's always worse than when the AI loses something. Because you're basically being wave assaulted. Really? Alright. And I think the problem with Total War in general is the fact that the AI is just so cheaty. If it was less cheaty, it may not be as annoying. Or at least if it was less obvious. Would you just fuck off, please? I need 2 more. The problem is I'm gonna lose fucking Firebelly, aren't I? And there's nothing I can do about it. Apart from maybe try and assassinate him back. Who's trying to assassinate me? You.
You're not leaving here alive. He will know.
Get fucked. Get the fuck out of here, nerd.
Must feast.
Don't know why you're so good at assassinating people, but good.
Eternal fire.
I am glad. So I think my problem with the Rift campaign is just how much of your resources get taken away from you to participate in it and how little you get out of it. And now you do get some bonuses, which is nice. But even those don't make me want to get, like, I wouldn't go, yes, I'm going to... If you gave me a box that went, your army is going to be unavailable for 7 turns, and in exchange you'll get this for 5, my response would be like, you're right. Or 10. Is it 10 turns you get it? I would be like, no, you're fine. Thanks very much. 22% chance. Not worth it. In you go. We'll go 1 more turn. We'll then hop back through the rifts. We'll complete this campaign. And then I don't... Unless large changes are made to the rifts, I don't think I'll ever play with it on ever again. Which, for a mechanic, for a campaign that obviously they put a lot of work into, is a shame. But I realistically don't want to. Unfortunately. We lost Bad Santa, but fuck it. I can't be bothered to wait for him. We're just going for it. We're just going for it. Let us traverse towards the Forge of Souls. There we are. We've still got a little bit of insanity, but it only reduces my campaign line of sight, which I don't need, and my Winds of Magic, which, well, I think we're fine. So that'll be good. So then we just need to win the survival battle, which, yeah, it's fine. We'll win it, and then, oh, that'll be good. We can pick a new campaign. I will say that yeah, right. That there may be a bit of a delay on the next video because I'm actually going on holiday next week, so I won't be here to make videos. So you can have a long time to pick what you want in the poll, which would be nice. I'll hopefully then make a video as soon as I get back, so that'll be fine. We got military accession. Sure, why not? Now, the... Very victory, fun. Now, the next campaign on normal YouTube for non-Patreon supporters will be Catherine. So I won't put her in the poll. So I guess it'll be between Scarbrand, Nakari, and Cathay. And obviously we won't be playing with Rifts because... Fuck that. I think even if I did that as a poll, no one would vote for it. I mean, there may be 1 or 2 people who vote for it. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, probably not. Anyway, let's just travel towards the Forge of Souls.
Empires forged, demons slain. The realm of chaos endured and mastered. The time has come to fulfill the final part of the pact. The spirits imprisoned in the Tome of Fates, now untethered. They combine into a single light, casting a shadow as they journey to the Forge. Where shadows fall, we shall step. A bridge revealed to the Forge of Souls. Belacor is on the verge of godhood, but he has not ascended yet. What he started, we will finish. Destroy him and claim the power of the Bear God.
We can indeed only win. It's not. So I may have. I don't know. Well, I was quite excited to fight this battle the first time, but I think of all the survival battles, this one is the worst. Yeah, I'm going to get on my soapbox again. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. The Rift campaign is just such a disappointment. I'm not like, fuck you, CA. It's more like, I just wish it was better. I like the idea behind it. It's the execution that's just not great. And I think my problem is with the Rift campaign, or survival, but I'm going to say survival battles this time. We're just going to concentrate, just focusing on survival battles as soon as we're playing one. And look, during this survival battle, I was, for the most part, just watching YouTube. So, what the fuck was I watching? I've actually got it here. I was, Found Flicks, yes! It's this guy, he does, like, not reviews, just sort of like in-depth things, horror films, and I really like that. Found Flicks, brilliant YouTube channel, watch it, it's good. Just sort of deep dives into, sort of like, goes through horror films, sort of tries to work out what's going on, sort of explains it all. It's good. The guy's great. I like it. Anyway, so I was watching YouTube while I was fighting this battle, and I think that it comes down to just there's no strategy in them. There's no strategy in survival battles, and the reason is because the units keep just like flooding in. I guess survival battles is a good name for it, because that's basically what you do. You survive. But that's not what Total War's about, really, is it? And I don't mind this. But I feel like maybe what should happen is that you kind of like, rather than have like objectives you need to take, blah, blah, blah. Just one, right? Just one. Maybe you need to take it first off, and then you have defences around. So basically, you're building your fortifications, and then armies come in. So basically, rather than have this constant flood of units, you have individual armies that you need to face. Because at that point, you can do things like flanking. Because something you can't do in survival battles is flank. Because what's the point? Because something like For example, these guys, right? Let's say you flank around behind them. Oh, look, some flamers have turned up. Now, that can happen in normal battles with reinforcements. But because they're coming in from all sides, it basically means your best option is just to sit here. And so it gets quite dull quite quickly, unfortunately. I think battles like this would be better if... Oh god, I might be going back to... So right. Something I discussed in the... I say discussed, obviously I lectured. In the Demon Prince campaign, I think at the end, was that I think that the Realms of Chaos was a mistake. I think what we should have had is a more narrative-driven experience for the Realm of Chaos. Maybe, what about this? With the Realms of Chaos being sort of... You still have them on the campaign map, but rather than control your army, and I think you should have a proxy, like not your Legendary Lord, you should have a proxy like you have in Troy, when you send them off to do the Mythic battle thing. But like the Cathay Caravan, it sort of like moves around the Realm of Chaos. You get these sort of like little narrative bits, and you can make choices about what you want to do. You can get different units and stuff, and then once you come to the survival battle, the reinforcement army that you can summon in is your main army. So your Legendary Lord can be summoned in to help in the fight with his army, the units in his army, and that's basically how you do it. And I think the survival battle should be a battle where you're kind of like, you have like a defensive position, but you have a lot of options about how you're going to face. So, you know, an army comes in, you need to defeat that army, another army comes in, you need to defeat that army. Something like that. So you can use the defences, but you have to sort of like reposition your army. You can to get some flanking going on, because, you know, once an army's come in, that's all that's going to come in, and it'll tell you in advance, like, this army will be coming in 5 minutes, this one will be coming in 10 minutes, so then you can sort of like prepare for that. You can like charge the enemy. Something like that, I think, would have been far superior to this like constant wave assaults type thing, which doesn't really fit a total war, especially not as like a... Like, I guess maybe you could do it as like a quest battle. That might be fine. And this is kind of a quest battle, but I mean, like, you know, an optional quest battle, that might be fine. But I think for a campaign objective like this, survival battles are just kind of dull. I mean, I've just charged out here and just murdered them all, and that seems to have worked fine. So the other slightly annoying thing about this battle is that you're constantly getting these doggos attacking you, and that's not really a major problem. But when you're trying to move the rest of your army to take the second objective, you're constantly getting nipped in the heels by these doggos, and it keeps making your units stop doing what they're doing, and it just slows everything down, which is kind of annoying. Never mind. We will we'll head on to the next... We've defeated this wave. Wave 1's done. Easy peasy, no problem. We got some towers up as well to help with the endless waves that will be spawning from the end here, which I don't necessarily mind too much, because, you know, once you're sort of like, I'm just ignoring this now. We'll leave some of our ogres behind to deal with that, and eventually they'll get overrun. That's fine. I don't really care. It's, you know, it's not really an issue. Okay, let's head on to the second objective. Okay, here we go. Soul Grinder Wave. Oh, and a giant, because why not? I'm going to send Greasus to go and beat up the giant, because he's a big fatty, and they've got something in common. And that giant's actually a little bit scrawny. Ow. Stop hitting me, big shit. Okay, well, Soul Grinders are just very tanky and hard to kill in general, which is a slight problem. And especially the Slanesh ones are anti-large, so that's fun. Double trouble. What else do they have? What's this? What's this little circle here? Soporific Musk. Ugh. I don't like that. Okay, so, I mean, because I've got such a melee-heavy army, it's just a case of, like, throwing my units at it and waiting. That's literally all I can do. I mean, maybe I can pick off these pink horrors. But yeah, it's just sort of like waiting for these things to die now. Taking so much damage. Tell you what, these corn soul grinders, they're mean. They're mean boys. The Zinch one's apparently not very good. Okay, well, I mean, at least Greasus is actually pretty legit at beating up stuff. I mean, he's got anti-infantry, anti-large. His bonus versus large is pretty good, 39. So, I mean, he's beating the shit out of that giant. No problem. Get him, Greasus. Go on. Show me his boss. Ooh. You can do a lot of damage. How much damage can you do? Hang on. Yikes. That is a lot. Yikes. Yeesh. Yeah, so I mean, the problem with survival battles is the total lack of strategy. I mean, maybe it depends on the army, but particularly I think for the ogres, you just try to throw your guys in there and wait. Really, that's all you can do. And this will be even worse for the third wave, where I just create a blob. I just create a blob and wait for things to resolve. That's the strategy. Which is fine, I guess. It worked. Spoilers. I mean, the thing is, this battle said heroic victory, so in theory, I could have auto-resolved it, but of course you can't auto-resolve. Thank God they let you auto-resolve the survival battles. I think I said this previously, but basically we were told that the QA guys said that you should... This is what makes me... It's what makes me think that the QA guys realised that Warhammer 3 had some problems. And it's not that it's a bad game, I just think it could have been better. But they said that you needed to be able to auto-resolve the survival battles because you can imagine people not wanting to do them all the time. And it's like, well, yep. Yep, that's true. Oh, the giant died. Alright, come on, Greasus, you big fatty. Come over here. Come and get him. You're literally the only thing that can do damage to single entity unit. I mean, technically we can all do damage to single entity units. It's just that it's very slow. But I do think if you realise that people will want to auto-resolve survival battles, and they're supposed to be your capstone of your campaign mechanic, that probably is a problem. Because if you're auto-resolving the fun battles that you're making, then maybe they're not as fun as they could be. So yeah. Tell you what, they nerfed the hell out of the Gorgeous, didn't they? They just get wrecked now. Maybe it's because they're fighting Exalted Bloodletters. That could be it. And maybe it's because I'm shooting them with my own cannons. That probably doesn't help either. How are we doing? Right, we've got 5% of the wave left. A few units still remaining. Mostly just these Soul Grinders, who are just ludicrously tanky. It's take a long time to bring down. I probably should have... If I had some giants in my army, that probably would help. So, to be honest, I've not really explored the Ogre tech tree or the unit tree very much. Mostly because I haven't had a chance. Most of my camps get torched. Don't stick that under your arm. God knows where your arm's been. And the meat's been with you for a while as well. Greasus, can you go and beat up that Soul Grinder? Be a deer. Be a peach. No? Okay, I guess... Oh, they're dying anyway. They're dying. How's the delay force? The delay force is not delaying... They won't be delaying for much longer, let's put it that way. So, right. With the second wave defeated, just one last Soul Grinder left to kill. There we go. We can now push on to the third and final wave. And we've got to kill more Soul Grinders to get there. Yes, I charged my catapult in as well. I may have lost the will to live at this point, so that's good. I have brought... So I've summoned in more lead belchers. I'm basically going to try and hold this position here for, I don't know, reasons. It's probably fine. And then we're just going to blob. We're just going to blob. I'm just going to throw everything we've got at the soul grinders. And just basically hammer away at them until they're all dead. That's the plan. That's the strategy. Okay, so far so good. I've got Greasus in here behind. Greasus actually does good damage against soul grinders. So I'm hoping that, I mean, not as much damage as he did against that giant. For some reason, the soul grinders just seem ludicrously tanky. They're a real absolute bastard to take down. Still, we've got a nice surround here. They are getting bopped. It'll happen. And then, of course, we're rewarded by more soul grinders. Hooray! How many soul grinders do you... I mean, because there's definitely 4 here. And I think there's like 8 over here. And then I'm fairly sure you fight probably another further 8 here. So, I mean, you probably face like a stack of soul grinders. It'll probably say at the end of the battle, won't it? I could probably count them. I'll forget. Mostly because I've only just thought about it. Of course, I'm recording this in the future? Or the... Well, no, I'll be recording this in the past, but it's the future compared to... That doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is that the soul grinders are slowly being dispatched. So... Let's speed this up a little bit. So, what we're going to do now is we've got a lot of resources here, which is great. So we're going to take this objective, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to summon in a load of shit. We've got a giant. Look at this, lads. It's got a bit of old tin hat. He looks great. What's he got? Is it like... There's bones. Bones under the skin there. Lots of arrows in him as well. He's fine. And yeah, more stone horns, an iron blaster, because, I don't know, why not, and other stuff. Basically, just spend all of our resources on summoning in more guys. Here comes Be'lakor. There he is. Yeah, more meat. And there's Be'lakor, the meaty, as they call him. I mean, he looks neat. He looks very cool. Anyway, we're going to jump this soul grinder. So there's more soul grinders now coming in. At least there's 2 there, and Be'lakor. It's just a case of, like, smashing them, basically. Be'lakor's going to land right in the middle of us, which is a ballsy move. He does have a lot of health. He's got 25k health, which is a lot. That is a lot of health. But he's now a little bit surrounded by hungry ogres who want to take a bite out of him. Nom 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 nom. I'm just going to speed this up because it just takes... I mean, you can see the soul grinder just, like, taking fuck all damage. And more soul grinders now turning up. Be'lakor is now being nibbled away at. There we go. The lead belchers, meanwhile, are doing fine. We do have infantry bloodletters round in the corner there, right into a horde of cannon shells. I mean, lead belchers are still great. I love the lead belchers. They're brilliant. So how's Be'lakor doing? He's got a fantastic shiny sword, doesn't he? What a sword. What are you doing, mate? You haven't killed anyone yet. Now you're just getting pummeled. We've actually got some crushers here, so they got great weapons because they're anti... basically, I picked anything with anti-large. I know we're getting lag as well. Didn't get lag in the actual battle, just a replay. No, that's fine. So he's now getting bops. I'm trying to get Greasus in here because I can imagine Greasus will do like a lot of damage to him. What's this ability? Blade of Shadow. Oh, so each time he kills, he gets more melee attack and arm pierce. Oh, nice! That's interesting. I mean, that's quite cool. I wish Be'lakor had more buffs. to be honest. I think Be'lakor should be more of a foe. To be honest, I'd like if you've got this kind of like narrative campaign, I'd like to see I don't think any of the bosses, because you want to sort of be introduced to them, don't you? And you kind of see Be'lakor, but you never really fight him. And I'd like Be'lakor to turn up maybe a couple of times. That would be good. And then each time you beat him, he could be like, I know what you're thinking, but the last battle was just a misstep. Or what did Kael'thas say? It was just a fuck. I've forgotten what he says now. It used to be ingrained in my memory. I haven't played World of Warcraft in ages. That thing. He said it every single time, and oh god, did I hear that a lot. Right, Be'lakor is, however, getting his ass kicked. See, this is the point where he should be like, I'll be back, and disappear in a puff of smoke. You know, that would be good. Instead, he turns, he goads you from his throne, and then as soon as he gets off his fat ass, he immediately gets trampled by a bunch of fatties. Yep. Laters. And down he goes. Okay, well that was fun. Okay, looking at numbers here. Now, already our lead belchers are in a little bit of trouble. They do have some chaos spawn closing on them. And as soon as they get into melee, of course, that's going to be a problem. So the chaos spawn did actually manage to reach us. And now they've managed to reach us, that's a... Probably should have put some characters here. I don't have any characters to leave there, to be honest. Maybe I should have put a stone horn or two just to hold them at bay so the lead belchers could shoot them. Something like that. That would be fine. So this kind of reminds me of my Nurgle campaign, where I literally just did a blob and then won. And this seems fairly similar. This is going to be fairly similar, I think. We're just going to blob up and win. That's key. That seems fine. I mean, really, the only the strategy I've got here is I'm keeping, like, the lead belchers will keep these guys back. And to be honest, that probably what I should have done is, like, create a little killing corridor here. Like, put some boys on all, and that way that if Chaos Spawn attack one direction, they could get shot in the back, something like that. Then instead I put them in a big long line, and then the Chaos Spawn can attack multiple units at the same time. That was a mistake, wasn't it? Oops. Never mind. We've got more soul grinders to kill, of course. How many have we got? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, at least 8 soul grinders here to kill. So that's good. That's good. Some exalted demonettes as well. Still 8 soul grinders. At least the giant is... Now, giant, I like giants. They've got a lot of melee attack. A lot of armor piercing. They are very good at just generally killing things. I mean, yes, they're big boys. That's to be expected. But they're very good at just smushing stuff. So definitely if you... I should have got some more giants. I do like giants. I never get enough giants. I always kind of forget about them, but I do love them. That's it. Can I get stuck in there, my son? How many... Oh, we have managed to kill a couple of soul grinders. So that's good. And yes, you see? Actual movement on his health bar there. That's what we want. Get some movement in there. So we've got some man-eaters as well. There's these stone horns with harpoon launchers. Maybe I should have used the harpoon launchers at the soul grind. Basically, at this point, I'd be like, let's throw the kitchen sink at them. I don't care. As long as it does some damage, don't give a shit. The lead belchers are being overrun, but at least they're holding back the demonic tide for the moment. But more and more units are now arriving. Gonna get some more towers up to sort of try and help out. Now we're down to 16%. There's not much left. It's basically mop-up operation. Be'lakor's dead. This is going to take... In fact, this battle goes on for another, I want to say 10 minutes. And that's mostly due to the fact that there's one soul grinder left. this huge blob of demons arrives and the Soul Grinder ends up behind them and I can't get past them to attack it. So basically I have to kill my way through a horde of demons and it takes fucking ages. I say, I was watching YouTube, so I wasn't that invested. It was generally fine. But while sometimes I feel like ending a campaign can be a bit anticlimactic. And it's nice to try and have a nice big climactic fight at the end. I think the best campaign I ever did was my, and this is going back some time, but it's my Alariel campaign. Because at the end, the last battle of that was me defeating like 4 Chaos armies in a choke point battle. And that was massively satisfying. And that just happened organically. And I've always wanted them to be able to try and bottle that. This is not that, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is not that. Anyway, the last 2 Soul Grinders dead. It's this Soul Grinder Zinch that ends up surviving forever. Mostly because these Chaos Spawn arrive, and of course I just have to kill my way through them. And so, yeah, basically we won. I mean, look, it's down to two Soul Grinders left. We won, no problem. We've got a lot more units, and I've got 8,000 resources, so I could just keep summoning in more and more ogres, should I really want to. Well, there we go. Be'lakor is defeated.
A battle to draw the gaze of the gods. All breathe a sigh of relief, for Be'lakor is vanquished. Godhood is lost. As was foretold, shackled within the depths of the forge was the body of Ursa, the once mighty god of Kislev. The over-tyrant stands before a lifeless god. The divine corpse still fresh to butcher. An ogre's greatest desire, god flesh, the meat of meats. Once the tribe have gorged, Ursun's remains will be fed to the great maw. Respite from the eternal gnawing hunger. One drop of Ursun's blood was enough to break my curse. The taint purged from the tome of fates. Now it is mine to command. A pure white crow, the lone witness to my ascension. Come, little one. What fate awaits us?
So we have a campaign victory. Really? 34 turns? What happens after 34 turns then? Turns to complete. 34. Do you just lose the campaign if you don't do it in 34 turns? Yeesh. Yeesh. There we go. We've got him. Be'lakor's been defeated. Falls back to the shadow. The cry, blah, 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 blah. Right, continue to records. Right, fine. Let's continue the campaign just for a second. So now we get this. So we can either banish him or we can get Be'lakor. Now, banishing him is way better than basically having Be'lakor. So, yes, we'll banish him. Get the fuck out of here, Be'lakor. You know what? Okay, here's the question. Do we continue this campaign and maybe a victory? I don't know. Because obviously I'm not going to be able to release a video next week. So maybe Like, can I actually post I'm trying to think. Can I post a poll through the mobile app? I get this sneaky suspicion I can't. So, the poll will be, should we continue this campaign, or should we play a different one? And if it's play a different one, then I'll put the poll for the next campaign up on Discord. It's going to have to be on Discord because I'm not going to have access to a computer next week. God, how am I going to survive? Jesus. I might have withdrawal. Anyway, but I don't think you can actually put polls through Patreon, so it might have to be on Discord. I'm not sure. Well, I'm guessing people are going to want a new campaign, but I'm not. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see. So there we go. Greasus has got... You know what would be nice? Would be a benefit for each of the factions. Like, you win the rift, you get a nice big bonus based on why your faction was going for Urson in the first place. So, for example, for Kislev, maybe you can call on Urson to do good stuff. Like, you get... Because you've got those, like, devotions, haven't you? What if you just got, like, you know, 200% bonuses to all of that? Like, the attrition did, like, horrific damage to anyone in your province. You got massive amounts of growth. You got more... That kind of thing. Just, like... Just take the faction mechanics as they are and just go supercharge them. So, for example, with Greasus, you could say that anything that is like meat-based would give like 200% bonus. So, when you did a thingy to the Maw, is that one? Deploy camp? No. Come and get it. There we go. Yeah, so you get like, you know, what's 200% of 20? A lot of campaign, like you get 100% campaign movement range. Because obviously you're eating, you know, god meat now. Something like that. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Like, you know, Kugath, maybe the plagues, all the plague effects are doubled. Because now he's got the carcass of the god bear. You know, it wouldn't really take that much, would it? I don't think so. And it'd just be a nice, like, congrats, you've won the campaign. Now here's a nice big bonus to help you with your domination. That kind of thing. That's what I want. That and not survival battles. Oof. Anyway. There we go. A victory. A victory for Greasus. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the ogre. I don't feel like I got to play with the ogre units very much because the only camp I had was this one. And I've only just upgraded it. So basically, I've only just... Like, I quite liked the giant. That was pretty cool, wasn't he? Like a giant boy. Didn't really get any of the man-eaters. We really only had the one arm. And I think this is because of the rifts. So, I don't think I'm ever going to play a campaign with the rifts. So to be honest, getting extra bonuses for doing the rifts, probably don't really need it, do we? Because I'm never going to play the rift campaign again. Because it's quite annoying. So, won't be doing that. Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.